next era of musicals here.
Do we shock you?
These musicals are darker, with more sex.
Oh, yeah.
And violence.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
¿Se acuerdan cuando les dije que quisiera que la vida fuera un musical? Lo es, pero no voy a cantar yo. Schmigadoon llegó a su segunda temporada, esta serie de Apple TV que encuentra una pareja de doctores que tienen problemas matrimoniales, que se quieren embarazar, pero que esto, y de repente ya regresaron a la vida real después de la primera temporada de Schmigadoon, donde pues, todo era un musical. ¿Y entonces a dónde llegan? A Chicago. Sí, señores, ahora estamos en la era más oscura del teatro musical, donde obras como Chicago, Cabaret, Sweeney Todd, Company, vaya, grandes épocas del teatro oscuro, pero divertido, pero perverso, y de repente los personajes se encuentran otra vez viviendo su vida en un musical, pero en un musical más oscuro. Platicamos con los protagonistas, Michael, Keegan-Michael y Cecily Strong, porque, híjole, cómo son talentosos estos dos.
I think one of the funniest things for me when I started watching, it's like, have we shocked you? And you guys were like, no.
Right, yeah.
That's a great comment on society right now, right?
Yeah, I think something that Cinco Paul, who our creator, is so good at is making those little comments in the midst of the show. And he did it in both Schmigadoon and here in Chicago. But I think it's more pointed because some of the stuff is stuff it's just basically still going on.
It is fantastic. And even though it's obviously different because of rights and everything, you can tell what musical you're spoofing right away. Like 1, 2, there. We are in Chicago. We're in here. We're Sweeney Todd, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think even like some that you don't even know that you know, but you'll hear the song like, oh, I know. I have heard that. I recognize that.
I was amazed, Cecily. Actually, I knew you're a great and strong singer, but wow. I could see you on stage soon.
Well, I would love it. I think, like I keep saying, though, I feel I was really gifted the Cinco Paul treatment, though, where I have the greatest writer ever who really knows my range and my notes and can write me something beautiful.
Ok, la joya de Chicago, o Schmigadoon, ahora Chicago, es que todos los actores, o muchos de los actores que vimos en la primera temporada, aquí están otra vez. Pero ¿qué creen? Son otras obras, entonces están haciendo otros personajes. Y uno de ellos es Jaime Camil. Nos da un gusto tremendo ver a Jaime Camil aquí. No, ni siquiera quiero decirles qué personajes están interpretando ahora. Está con Anne Harada, que es una de las diosas así de la comedia en Broadway. En Avenue Q, por ejemplo, la primera vez que la vimos, nos voló la cabeza. Esto nos contaron.
So this is so exciting for me because you guys are freaking amazing here.
Oh, thank you.
And it helps me, and you know this about me, Jaime, it helps me make people understand how amazing musicals are in their different stages. Yeah. So maybe doing a little Schmigadoon induction for people who don't get it is the best way. What do you guys think? Anne, do you think this is like a good way to do this?
It's amazing. I feel like between the 2 seasons, we're really giving people a great overview of like musical theater history. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like how the music changes, how the characters, how the people change, the themes are darker and more serious. And there's something very cool about that.
Jaime, this is a dream cast. I remember when I used to tell you, I'm going to see this person, you would say, yeah. And now everybody's doing that about you.
So, oh my God, Susana, you're so sweet. No, honestly, first of all, I feel super awkward speaking in English to you, but it's, I was telling in previous interviews, it's such a privilege, such an honor to share the stage with people like Anne. I mean, she's Broadway royalty, Jane Krakowski, Kristen Chenoweth, of course. So just sharing the stage with people that you admire so much and they are so good at what they do, it is a privilege.
Nuevamente, dioses de Broadway nos saludan. Aaron Triviet, nosotros lo conocimos hace muchísimos años cuando era niño, pero después hizo la obra Next to Normal, Casi Normales. Ahorita hasta hace poco estaba haciendo Moulin Rouge en el protagónico. Es una de las personas más talentosas que he conocido en la vida. Y de repente aparece también Dove Cameron, a quien la vimos primero en cosas de Disney. En la primera temporada de Schmigadoon también hacía un personaje simpaticísimo, tipo pues The Sound of Music, la novicia rebelde, pero con el rey y yo. No, aquí es como Sally Bowles en cabaret, y te das cuenta así. Platicamos con ellos.
And there, since you played, I mean, obviously, Next to Normal, you blew my mind forever. But then I saw you in Moulin Rouge. I mean, you can navigate everywhere and everywhere at once. So this is happening right now in this the new season of Schmigadoon.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was going to say, yeah. And in this, I'm kind of like, Dove's so, beautifully portraying a version of Sally Bowles, and at the same time, I'm kind of Pippin, Claude, Jesus from Godspell, Jesus from Superstar, and Judas, like all rolled into one. But it's really fun because, I think also my character at the beginning of the season really doesn't even know who he is. He's too many things.
And Dove, I mean, yes, playing all of these iconic women characters in your special way. I mean, the moment you started talking, I recognized her. So, and when you sang, of course. So, what did you study beyond obviously Liza? Everything to get there.
Yeah,
Perfectly wonderful person that you represent.
oh, thank you. I grew up watching obviously Liza as Sally, and I grew up absolutely revering and worshiping her. And I think that when I got the character, and it was very clearly Sally Bowles, I was a little bit intimidated by that, because I think she's so iconic, and we all have such a special place in our hearts for her because she's like this. We see so much of ourselves in this character, right? And she's this like beautifully broken heroine character.
Las obras musicales tienen diferentes recursos y a veces requieren de narradores, ¿están de acuerdo? Por lo menos en ciertas épocas. Y aquí, Tyrus Borges, a quien vimos en una cantidad de cosas, específicamente fue el cangrejo en La Sirenita, el musical de Broadway, ahí es donde lo vimos la última vez en el escenario, y aquí pues le toca narrar y explicarle a los personajes lo que está pasando. Y sí, lo quieren matar, pero es maravilloso.
So doing this on a TV show instead of a stage, how? I mean, the voice is still out there, but how do you have to bring it in? Do you?
Let's see. I like to sing everything live, but in order for things to sync up, sometimes you can sing along with yourself, and sometimes you lip sync, or sometimes there's a pre-record. So it took a lot of recalibrating to make sure you were getting the most authentic, emotionally raw moment, even during a pre-record. So I would sing live to everything. It was a little wobbly for me at first because I'd never had the opportunity to do on camera where all the worlds were married together at once. A little bit during KB, but that was its own separate. That was not the same thing. This is sort of embracing the world of storytelling through theater on camera. So that was difficult and took some training my muscle.
Y esta es una de mis actrices favoritas de todos los tiempos, es Jane Krakowski. Muchos dirán, claro, la de Ally McBeal, o la de esto, la del otro. Esta mujer es un talento brutal. Y aquí interpreta, pues, una mezcla entre Roxy Hart de Chicago, pero también es Billy Feeling, el abogado, pero también de repente se pone a cantar cosas que solamente la gente que sabe del mejor letrista de la historia de Broadway llamado Stephen Sondheim sabría. Es una diosa del teatro, del cine, de la música, y es Jane Krakowski, y la queremos mucho.
Yes, I mean, you just got all these ideas of all of these characters of this moment in musical's history,
Right.
and you can bring them all into one. So how much fun was that?
This is kind of like a dream job for me. This brings my love of musical theater into television comedy world and puts them together. So I couldn't be more happy that we made this little niche gem of a show in season 1, and enough people fell in love with it too that we were able to make a season 2. And I love that when you enter season 2, we are in a whole nother place. We are in new decades of musicals. We are away from bright color. We're in the dark, seedy world of the 60s and 70s musicals. So I hope the audience gets the same joy of
taking that journey with us as we had making it.
Y siempre tiene que haber una mente maestra detrás de tanta locura. Y en este caso se trata de Cinco Paul, un hombre quien, por cierto, ha cambiado la estructura de muchas cosas en el teatro musical, pero que ahora la está haciendo sátira de tal manera que ya hicimos que nos prometa que por lo menos nos faltan 4 temporadas más de Schmigadoon. Los dejamos con eso y con mucha música. Soy Susana Moscatel. Hasta la próxima.
Well, I love my musicals, and I love the people who really love them and make them happen, and the cast you have here. It just blows my mind. I cannot imagine a most perfect villain in any case ever than Patrick Page.
Oh yeah, he's the best. And he's the sweetest person in real life. He's so nice and sweet, but he plays a villain very, very well.
And being from Mexico, of course, I know everybody. I know them all from the stage, but Jaime Camil, I've known him ever since he was really young. And he said, I'm going to do this someday. And I was like, yeah, I know. Wow. So how did Jaime come on the project?
Yeah, we became friends. He worked on Secret Life of Pets a little bit, which I wrote, and I met him through that. And I was such a huge fan of Jane the Virgin. I love that show. And so I told him, I'm sorry, I love your show so much. He said, why don't you come to the set? And so he invited me to the set, and I got to meet everybody in the cast, and then we became friends. And so when I started Schmigadoon, I thought, well, I have to write a part for Jaime. Because I knew he could sing. And so everything I do from now on, there's going to be a part for Jaime in it because he's so great and he's a very good friend.